Okay, time to reassemble. So, compression tube needs to go in with the screw hole pointing upwards. Slide that down to the end. There we go. Slip that into its position. And that's just about there. Yeah, got grease all over my hand. Well, should have moved them out of the way. Right, now then, the trigger block needs to go back in. Helps to push that all the way home. Right, there's the screw hole. And there's where it needs to go into. So it's only got, I mean, this is running no preload at the moment. Probably should have checked whether or not this needed a bit off the spring. I have to turn the computer on and get the data up. But that's where it's got to be. It's going to probably prove fairly awkward, one-handed, with a camera in the way. Okay, so now that that bit's slid home, we need to fit the cocking lever assembly into position. Doesn't have to be fully inserted, we just put it on the end here. Put our little bolt in, like that. It just has to be loose. And we've got to get that lever out of the way. I wonder if I can do this one-handed on camera. Probably not. Right. Oh dear. So you just press it up to there. And it'd be really helpful if the camera wasn't. It would probably be really helpful if my hand wasn't in the way. You just push it down. Shit. Push it down with one hand and just screw it in. Once the cocking lever's bolted back on, we need our bolt. And we need this little boy. That's still not in the sodding picture. This two-piece washer system is a Nord lock washer. There's two sets of serrated teeth on the outside, and then you've got these like larger teeth on the inside. It fits together with the serrated edges to the outside. The bolt goes through like so. And then when you've done it up, it won't undo again, which is very helpful on a Pro Sport, because this assembly here comes undone about every 5 shots. Oh crap. And your standard spring washer doesn't really work. You can do a bit of Loctite if you want. That's relatively successful. But to date, now the only thing I don't know about this is whether the drilling for the bolt is the same length as the drilling on the old one that I made myself, because I had to give it more purchase. once you do this up, the Nord lock washer, the inner like cams, jump round until they lock together, and then it won't back off. It takes almost as much effort to undo it as it does to do it up. The torque required would probably be higher, so it doesn't need a massive amount of torque to do it up. Let's just check that. There's no free play in there. That looks good. That's it. And then you've got the cam lock for the cocking lever. Now, the only thing I would say with this setup that I don't like is the fact that you can see the bearing. So probably 50% of the bearing actually is doing nothing, and it's now visible. That makes it look a little ugly. Not sure about that. But anyway, it's back together. Just going to put the stock back on. Let's move that out of the way. Let's have a look at this crappy stock. As you can, don't know if you can see, that's sort of, so you can see how oval that hole is, where I've had to bore it out, and that one, to get it to even line up with the bolt holes on the stock, on the action. That one's probably the most elongated one. Yeah, that one's about the only one that's still round. That was the one that went in, the rest don't. And what you had to do was you had to, oh Jesus, what you had to do is you had to drop the action in, put one screw in, then push it over to get the bolts in. Terrible, absolutely bloody terrible. It's not the best finished stock in the world. The inletting's a bit crappy. I think it's even cracked. Yeah, won't be buying any more of these. It's got a scratch on it already. Where that came from. It's not great. It's not the best. Very disappointing for such a beautiful rifle. Anyway, let's put it back together. So drop the cocking lever down, slide it in, slide it forwards, drop it down, sit it back, and it's in. Excuse me. Okay. So pop the screws in. Oh, hang on, wrong angle gate. Oh, this thing's never pointing in the right bloody place. It's the trouble with using an old camera phone. The lens is always at one end of the device. So when you're videoing something like this, you tend to find that half of it's off camera. I mean, you can sort of see how badly out of alignment those holes are. Look. Can you see that? Yeah, there, look. It probably looks better through the camera. Yeah, you can see it's off centre by a ridiculous amount. And that one, look. How terrible was that? 250 quid or whatever it was, 215. Piece of crap. I might do a proper actual review on this at some point, just so that there's a stock review for this stock out there. Just saying how awful the thing is. Got our trigger guard back in. Drop the M6 bolt in there. It's not the right Allen key, is it? Where's it gone? Ah, marvellous. I've misplaced my Allen key. Anyway, never mind. Alright, nip. That's when all those bolts are nipped up. Oh, crap. These things are absolutely useless, these Allen keys. The handles spin around more than the bolts do. Bloody camera won't. You have to be about 20 feet away to get it in bloody picture. So, first thing I'm going to do is nip that main trigger guard screw up. And this little one at the back is next. You can tell it's not very good stock because it's creaking while I'm doing it up. It's not even putting a lot of weight on it. Okay, next I do these two up. Until they're just nipped. Don't put too much torque into it, so I'm only using the little end as a lever. And then I'll do this one. And the back one finally. Again, bloody picture. Okay. It's got to be a way. Alright, then we'll give that one a good crank. Give that one a good crank. Swap to this side again. Pull that down tight. That one's where it just pulls tight. Nip that one up. And nip that one up. And that's it done. It's a lovely looking gun. The big Viper on the top of it. Not keen on that though, gotta say. We'll see how it shoots. Bye.